Hey, I'm Jusko, and this is Strictly Credit Cards, where we talk about strictly credit cards. Subscribe, why don't you? In this video, we are going to look at the Amazon Rewards Visa versus the Amazon Store Card, or you might think of it as the Amazon Prime Visa versus the Amazon Prime Store Card if you are an Amazon Prime member. Now, these are two very different credit cards. Obviously, both of them have the Amazon connection, but why you would choose one over the other is going to depend on what your circumstances are, whether you're looking for rewards or special financing, what your credit history is. A lot of stuff rolled up in here. So we're gonna look at each card individually, and then we'll talk about why one card might be right for you or the other card might be right for you. So let's look first at the Amazon Rewards Visa and the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa. Essentially the same card, except if you are a paid Amazon Prime member, you're going to get a little bit more in terms of rewards, a little bit more in terms of an upfront bonus. Both of these cards, no annual fee. They are issued by Chase. They are both Visa cards, meaning you can use them wherever Visa is accepted. So you can use them at Amazon, you can use them at Whole Foods, but then you can also use them anywhere else that Visa is accepted. So you could make these your everyday card if you just wanted to hold one card, if that's kind of the way you roll. So anyway, in terms of rewards, you will get on your Amazon and Whole Foods purchases either a 3% rebate or a 5% rebate, depending on whether you're a Prime member. If you're a Prime member, you're getting 5% at Amazon and Whole Foods. If you're not, you're getting 3%. Everyone, no matter which card you have, is going to get 2% back on purchases at restaurants, at gas stations, and at drugstores, 1% on everything else with the card. As a new card holder, you are going to get a bonus when you are approved. These bonuses change a lot. What I'm seeing as I make this video is $70 if you are an Amazon Prime member, $50 if you are not. Now, when I talk about getting a 5% reward or a 3% reward or a 2% reward, technically the way it works with this card is that you are getting points. So 5% is 5 points per dollar, with each point equaling a penny when you go to redeem it. However, there are multiple redemption options, and you might get a slightly different value on those redemption options depending on what you choose. Many people are going to choose the easy option, which is you have those points in your account, and when you go to make a purchase at Amazon, right at checkout, they are going to give you the option to use your points to pay for part or all of the purchase that you are making. This is very convenient. It is very nice to have. It feels like you're getting something for free as you make your Amazon purchase. It's not necessarily the best redemption option though, because of the fact that when you use your points to pay for your Amazon purchase, you're not getting the rewards that you would have earned if you had used real money on that Amazon purchase. So let's say you had 3,000 points in your Amazon account there, and you made a $30 purchase and you paid it all off with points. Well, normally if you made a $30 purchase and you were getting 5 points per dollar at Amazon, well, that would be 150 points that you would earn on that purchase, or you might think of it as $1.50. But if you used 3,000 points to pay for that $30 purchase, well, then you're not going to get the reward because you used the points to pay for it instead of real money. So it's not necessarily the best value to use your points to pay at Amazon, even though it is nice to do. So you could put your money into a bank account that you are getting from these points at a penny a point, like I said, or you could use it as a statement credit, meaning it goes against the purchases that you have made on the card when you get your bill. And there are some other options as well, but most people are going to take it as cash, or they're going to take it right there when they make their Amazon purchases. All right, a few other notes on the Amazon Visa and the Amazon Prime Visa. Like I said earlier, no annual fee. There also are no foreign transaction fees. So if you use the card outside of the United States, you're not going to get charged any extra. This is a pretty nice feature for a no annual fee card. Oftentimes there's going to be a 3% fee on purchases outside of the United States. None of that here. Like I said earlier, issued by Chase. This card is going to be more difficult to be approved for than the Amazon Store card that we are going to talk about. In terms of your credit history or your credit score, if you're above 700, probably got a pretty good chance of being approved. If you're between 650 and 700, that's sort of borderline. Under 650, it is going to be more difficult to be approved. So if you have a shakier credit history, obviously, just like any other credit card, it is going to be harder to be approved. Now, these cards, both of them, are Visa Signature cards. So Visa Signature sometimes just seems like it is a marketing term to a lot of people, but they're actually Visa Signature benefits that maybe you would take advantage of. Some travel benefits like some baggage insurance, and there is some purchase protection features here. So A lot of people never touch this stuff, but if you're someone that knows sort of what Visa Signature means, you do have some of those benefits that come with these cards. So overall, in terms of the Amazon Rewards Visa or the Amazon Prime Visa, sort of a no-brainer if you are a frequent Amazon customer to get one of these cards, because you are going to get some enhanced rewards on your purchases. There is no annual fee. Now, in terms of this being your everyday card, using it like a Visa in other purchases that you make outside of Amazon, it's okay. I mean, 2% in some of those other categories like restaurants and gas stations is nice. Now, there are other cards on the market that maybe you would choose instead, but if you wanted just one card and you wanted to make it your Amazon card, certainly wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And for some people, they like to get the Amazon points because then it feels like they are getting things for free at Amazon. For me, I like to carry multiple cards, and so I use the Amazon Visa for my Amazon purchases, but I use other credit cards for other purchases. All right, let's look at the Amazon Store card and the Amazon Prime Store card. Essentially the same card, except if you're an Amazon Prime member, you are going to get a little bit more out of this card. Either card, no annual fee. They are both issued by Synchrony Bank, in contrast to the Visa cards, which are issued by Chase, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that means in a second. These cards are only accepted at Amazon and at some Amazon-related properties like Audible.com. You cannot use this card at Whole Foods, even though that's owned by Amazon. You can't use it in any other place where normally you would use a Visa or MasterCard or whatever, because this is not a Visa, MasterCard, or any of those sort of big bank network cards. It's only to be used at Amazon. Now, in terms of rewards, if you are not an Amazon Prime customer, no rewards at all here. If you are an Amazon Prime customer, you would get 5% back, just like the Visa card, on your Amazon purchases. And so that's pretty nice and makes this card much more comparable if you are an Amazon Prime user. In terms of a bonus, less comparable. As I'm making this video, I'm only seeing a $10 bonus for new card holders, which really is just sort of a little gimme in terms of a bonus there, something to make you feel a little bit good about getting this card, but pretty insubstantial. Now, if the Amazon Store card so far sounds worse than the Amazon Visa, I haven't gotten to the biggest feature, the biggest reason for its existence, and that is the fact that it offers 0% financing on larger purchases that you make at Amazon. So as I make this video, if you make a purchase of $150 or more at Amazon, you could stretch your payments out for 6 months and pay no interest on those purchases. If you make a purchase over $600, you could stretch it out for as long as 2 years without paying any interest. Now, that said, you should understand how these financing offers may work and make sure that you read the fine print. In some cases, the offer that you are going to get is a sort of regular installment loan, like how an auto loan or a mortgage loan works. You pay the same amount every month until you have paid off the full price. However, sometimes you are going to be offered what is called deferred financing, which means they give you 6 months or 12 months or 24 months to pay things off. But if you don't pay it all off within the term that they have given you, they are going to slap you with all the interest that would have accrued from the date of purchase, as if the 0% offer never happened. So they're not going to charge you interest just on the part that you didn't pay. They're going to charge you interest on everything from the date of purchase. And as I make this video, the interest rate on the Amazon Store card is over 25%. So obviously you would end up paying a lot more on your purchases if you sort of get caught in the deferred financing trap. And then the other big difference between the Amazon Store card and that Amazon Visa card that sometimes makes that store card more desirable is the fact that it is easier to be approved for. So the Amazon Store card, like I said, issued by Synchrony Bank. Synchrony Bank works with a lot of retailers to issue their credit cards, and their lending standards mean that they will accept people who are further down the credit score scale. So if you have sort of fair middling credit, you oftentimes can get approved by Synchrony Bank. Sometimes even if you are on the fringe of bad credit, you can get approved by Synchrony Bank. In fact, this card so much wants you to be approved that if they can't approve you for the regular card, they would even consider giving you the Amazon secured store card. And what that means is you would have to put a security deposit down in order to get the card, in the same way you'd put a security deposit down on an apartment. A refundable deposit allows you to use the card, and then over a certain period of time, if you have made your payments on time, well, then they would upgrade you to the regular Amazon Store card. So they're trying very hard to get this card into your hands if you want it. So when we look at the Amazon Visa versus the Amazon Store Card, I think at first blush, most people think of the Amazon Visa as being more desirable. It's going to give you 5% back on your Amazon purchases if you're a Prime member, but it'll give you 3% back on your Amazon purchases even if you're not a Prime member. And that's not easy to replicate with any other credit cards on the market in terms of getting 3% on your Amazon purchases. So it can make sense even if you don't pay to be a Prime customer. The Amazon Visa you could use as your everyday card because it is a Visa that is accepted in so many places. You get the enhanced rewards on restaurants and gas and drugstores. A lot of reasons why you might make this your everyday card, especially if you're someone that didn't want to carry around a lot of different rewards credit cards. However, for some people, that Amazon Store Card makes a whole lot of sense, especially if they are Amazon Prime members. If you were never thinking about using the card outside of Amazon and you're a Prime member, you're just as happy because you're going to get that 5% on your Amazon purchases. You get access to those 0% financing offers that the Visa card does not have. It's an easier acceptance in terms of getting the card in the first place. So if you have a little shakier credit, you can get your hands on it. So there are a lot of reasons that the Amazon Store Card can make sense for the right person. Overall, I probably still think the Amazon Visa is a little more desirable, but for some people that Amazon Store Card makes a whole lot of sense. So if you have questions, comments, put those in that comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching and we'll talk to you again soon.